Hello everyone and welcome to 7 Days to Die. So, I got this idea. I play 7 Days to Die quite often, but I decided that this time I wanted to do something a little different. I wanted to test a lot of the, things that, like different bases and stuff, get really creative, see what can withstand a Horde night. So what I did is I actually went ahead and made it to where it's on feral. The settings for how difficult the zombies are is on feral. Then I also made it to where there are going to be 64 zombies on Horde Night that are going to be coming at me. And so I decided what I'm going to do is just build a single base and see if I can survive the 7th night. I've got all these turrets around me to keep them off my back for 7 days. Then on the 7th night, instead of shooting back, I just want to see if it can withstand 64 zombies attacking me. So I did spend the first day setting up all of this stuff. I only have the days on a 10-minute timer, so I really need to go ahead and get started because right now I'm already, way behind. So I'm going to go ahead and get started. It's probably going to be on fast forward because otherwise this will be a really long video, but I do hope you enjoy. I am going to try to get as creative as I can within the time frame because of the fact that as soon as the 7th night comes on, I'm going to flip a switch inside the building and it's going to turn off all of the guns and it's going to be strictly them attacking the base to see if it holds up. So, I'm going to go ahead and get started, and I will talk to you guys shortly. Alright everyone, looks like it is the 7th night. I have been working and sweating and so nervous I can barely stand to sit here much longer. So, I'm interested to see. Half of my stuff isn't dry yet. I don't really know what I'm going to do if it doesn't dry. I went ahead and slowed it down so we could actually get the full effect of a seventh night. I didn't want it to go by, within, a matter of minutes. So I wanted to go ahead and slow it down. So I went ahead and did so, but half of my stuff isn't dry yet. I do have a completely freestanding building here. I know you guys can tell that I am in creative mode. There's obviously no way in the world I would have been able to do this if I was not in creative mode. And I just realized I need to run out there and shut off these guns at this time. Oh boy. Because I don't want them on. So it's going to see what it can handle. I'm going to go ahead and shut all of this stuff off to make sure it's not a fluke. Of course, I should have done the other one first. But this is going to be full-fledged zombie versus building. I'm not going to fire a single shot until... Not going to fire a single shot until morning. So I am going to sit back and hope they survive. I hope the building survives anyway. I'm hoping since it's freestanding that it might survive without anything extra, but we'll see here shortly, I guess. Oh man, I am a nervous wreck. I think try to get near. Uh-oh. I need to go ahead and take these out here. I could have went ahead and used the blocks that were already steel, but I decided not to because that's going a little overboard. I wanted the thrill of wondering if it was all going to be done in time, and it's not going to be. I wish it was. I'm really worried about these back blocks here because if they were to knock any of these down before those are dry, then I am in very, very big trouble. These not so much, but again, it's one of those things we're going to have to wait and see. As it is 1900, I am hoping that these at least finish, and even if those are cement, that's one thing, and I'm really expecting these and hoping these are going to be dry as well. It was interesting. I think I'm covered as far as defenses go. Like I said, this is completely freestanding. If they were to take out, any of these, if a wall was here, they could take that out and it wouldn't be as big of a deal with it being freestanding because each of this block down here and these blocks up here are independent from each other, which is what I was aiming for whenever I decided to go ahead and do something like this. It's not very big. It's big enough that I was actually worried it was going to cave in. And I decided at the very beginning, I'm not sure if I told you guys or not, but if it caved in, like let's say if it were to cave in right now, I would basically just see what was left and try to survive with what was left for the night. They are all feral zombies. Like I said, there's 64 that are going to be coming this evening, so that's going to be really intense in itself. And I have no turrets, no weapons. The only thing I have are the 4 rows of steel log spikes that I have out here. Other than that, it is going to be up to the base to try to hold them off. Each one of these are 10,000 hit points, I believe, for the first level, then 6, and then 3. But, with all feral zombies, especially 64 of them, that won't really matter a whole lot. I've never done it this way before. I know there were a couple of scares even while I was building the base. I was really worried that some of them, I had one run in here with me, as you guys saw, so that got intense really, really quickly. And so here I am just, anxiously waiting, I guess. I, took out everything, so it's all just, oh man, I'm so... I don't know what to think about right now. And again, I'm going to be doing this again. I find this so much fun right now. I'm so excited to, see what's going to happen. I can guarantee you, I don't want to guarantee you, I hope I survive the night, but I can almost guarantee you they are going to break through. I wish I had done something a little bit smaller that, was able to defend itself a little bit better, maybe even put 2 blocks out, but, I just, started running with what I wanted to do really quickly that I knew I could get in and get done. And, I'm starting to realize now that it is the 7th night at 2100 hours that that might not have been the best approach, strictly because I still have stuff that isn't dry yet. So if they decide to all come on the same side, I'm going to be in a lot of trouble. Hopefully they'll be spread out and those spikes will eventually take them out. If not, they will eventually break through. I am not going to be healing anything either. I strictly have this thing in my hand for the time that, right now until, that scream comes on the 7th night. Once the scream comes, I'm putting it away, and I'm just going to stand here, run around in circles, and just try to see if they're going to be breaking through or not. Again, I usually would do something like this to be able to shoot. What the world is that? Oh, it's a spike. I hope they don't jump on that. Oh man, I didn't think about that. They'll be right there. Oh no. But I usually would do something like this to be able to shoot their heads or, use a club or something like that. But again, this isn't that kind of deal. This is strictly for base building, trying to find something that is... Uh-oh. Alright, like I said, I'm putting it away. I'll go ahead and eat. Alright. Oh no! I turned those off! Well, I guess it doesn't matter anyway. They are in here. They are in here. Holy smokes. I don't know how those are running. They shouldn't have any power. I should have checked and made sure they didn't have any power. But it looks like they are only on that one side over there, the only side that's actually doing it. I will use my fist if they come in here. How about that? Survive with just my fists. I figured I'd go ahead and turn my light on. It's not like they're going to be able to... They're going to be coming in anyway. It's not like they're worried about not being able to see me. I can't hear anything without that... I'm sure if that was loud for me, it was definitely loud for you guys. I went ahead and turned it down a little bit. See what I'm talking about? Those walls over there are already getting damaged. I just hope if one goes down, the other ones will be able to, pick up the slack. I am very sad that those guns went off. Very, very sad. I mean, not that they're doing a whole lot of good. I mean, I know they're, shooting a couple of them, I'm sure, but these are feral zombies. It takes a lot more than just a little bit. You can tell by how often they're shooting. Just non-stop shooting, shooting, shooting. Man, you can see the game is starting to lag a little there. So many zombies. Holy smokes. See, is there any... Oh, luckily that one healed first before it started. Yeah, you can tell right here, holes are starting to pop in. Oh, you got this floating guy. That's great. I love to see that. I am glad I put that top run up there of blocks, because, oh man, I'd be in trouble right about now. With all of these climbing like this, because if I didn't put that top run right there, they'd be in here already, and I'd be in trouble. But luckily, I think that's keeping them out. Man, you can see, like, right here, all of 4 of these right here, and especially in this corner, are all being destroyed. Some of these blocks still aren't even, you know, done yet. Oh, man. Man, look how scary that guy is. Whoa! He disappeared for a minute. Whoa! What's up, man? Get back down here! Where are you going? Get back down here! I thought about standing on top of this thing, building with that pole that I had, or that, you know, those blocks I had going from down, like, up there for a brace until, like, the cement stuff started drying. Oh, man, look at that. He just put a hole in there. And then going up to the top, but I decided against that. What is that crawler doing? Get back down here, crawler. Look, you can just see the light coming down here. I don't even remember what time daylight is. I'm not going to use it yet, guys. Don't worry. Or that. I don't want you guys thinking I'm cheating. I'm just going to drop something because I don't need all this stuff here. So I'll just have my hands out. I don't remember what time daylight is. I think it's 3 or 4 or 4 or 5, maybe 6. This guy right here is never gonna die. Well, they're clearly still coming in because that thing over there is still shooting. We'll be able to really see how many of those turrets took out once we get up there and find out, see how many bodies are laying around that aren't around here, because, you know, the only zombies that this thing would have killed would be all right here, not, you know, up here around, you know, on the outside or anything like that. I think I'm good so far, though. I feel pretty confident at the moment. So this guy breaks something down. I mean, this place took a lot of damage. A lot of damage. And like I said, I'm going to get creative. This isn't going to be the only one I do. Alright, I think that's the daylight. I think that sound is daylight. It makes some weird sounds sometimes, you're never really sure. I'll wait till 5 just to be sure, because it's either 4 or 5. I want to be sure, even though that guy's about to break through that 7,800. Oh, well, these actually weren't as damaged as I thought they were. think next time what I might do is just try to build, well, I wasn't sure how much damage these zombies would do to, do to stuff, because, I mean, they are feral zombies. There were 64 of them. Had that turret not gone, if that turret had, not gone off like I was expecting it to. Oh, he died. Think. Had that turret not gone off like I was, had the turret, stopped and not worked like I was expecting it to, then, this might have been a completely different game. But I think next time I might try to go with something a little bit, maybe wooden, like start off wood and then, try to upgrade things. But the only problem with that is you never know. I mean, I would have to go out and mine, and there's no way in the world you'd be able to get, with a 10-minute day, there is no way in the world you would be able to get enough, minerals, wood and, iron and steel and everything else that you would actually need to survive. So, really there is no other way except for the way I did it, which is, uh-oh, I got a scream right here. And the only way is to do it with, creative mode, because, there's just no way with that short of amount of time that it would be done that way. My goodness. That's 8 rounds. 9 rounds to the face. He still survived. See, I don't know. I turned off both of these. Maybe oh, they destroyed my bank over here. Do I have another bank anywhere? Oh, they must have destroyed both of them. Boy, they sure went after that. Oh, man, he got me from all the way over there. Hope it's not my turret hitting me. That'd be very unfortunate. Man, about time. Uh-oh, what is that? Why in the world did that show up? Interesting. Alright, so let's look at everything. So, I think it did really well. I mean, that spike there was knocked down from 10,000. I can't really tell what it is, but that's a lot of zombie bodies. Oh, especially all up here. Thank goodness those turrets. Oh, they were even climbing up here. There was one up here. Oh my gosh, there was a couple up here. I did a terrible job making these even. These two right here are fine. This one right here, this is the oddball child. This is redheaded stepchild right here. That guy right there. But ultimately, if I was going to use weapons and stuff, and I might go ahead and save this world and use it next week as well, and just see if I can get the turrets taken care of, number one. Number two, I might just use weapons and see how it holds up, like shotguns and stuff like that. You guys saw how many bullets it took to actually kill those couple zombies that were there, those feral zombies. So that was a lot of fun. I was expecting more of a challenge, I guess. With not everything being dried or anything like that, I might have had it a little bit overpowered, from being creative, but I wasn't sure what it was going to be like. So I went ahead and it's still difficult to do. That was 10 minutes per day. Started really building the base halfway through the 6th day, almost the end of almost the end of the 2nd day. So I really had about 5 days to completely build all of this to withstand a feral zombie horde that was 64 of them. And the base did an excellent job without me firing a shot, even though these guys over here, look at that. This thing did most of the work. So I might call this one a fluke so far. I might go ahead and leave it the exact same way it currently is. Maybe go ahead and just repair some of the other blocks that were damaged, and then go ahead and test it again next week. See what we could do about it without those turrets. If I have to, I'll just pull the plug from here. And and again, this was creative mode, but that was a lot. You would never be able to do that with a 10-minute time. If you made it an hour, something like that, yeah, that might be beneficial, like an hour per day, because then you'd actually be able to mine and stuff like that. But you guys saw me constantly doing something, trying to build something new, and that would it never would have happened had I been out there mining and stuff. It just never would have happened. So I think that was really cool. If you have any suggestions for designs for bases, give them to me. I love building stuff, and I love surviving a night, obviously. So if you guys have anything, put it in the comments. If you like the video, please hit the like button. If you dislike it, go ahead and hit the dislike button if you want to, or you could go ahead and do the nice thing and hit the like button again, just to be, not again, because then it would stop it, but instead of hitting the dislike button. I'd really appreciate it. Other than that, if you would like to get updates and stuff, please hit the subscribe button as hard as you can. And other than that, I hope you guys have a wonderful night, and I will talk to you guys soon.